Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel today. Today we're back with a Q&A. First of all, I just wanted to say a little bit of a thank you to everyone. Of course, we're going through a bit of a transition on the channel at the moment. Of course, going from predominantly videos to now going into the live stream kind of things. And maybe in future, going straight to live streams and not doing actual videos anymore on a regular basis. The channel support has been massive over the last couple of months. Over the last month or so, really, with FIFA just coming out. We're gaining subscribers, we're getting a lot of views. The live streams haven't flopped. Not one live stream I've been sat there by myself. At least some of you are coming in, regulars are coming in, and I do really enjoy that. So thank you very much for the support, and hopefully we'll keep pushing on. But today we're here with the questions. Again, if you're not following me on Instagram or Snapchat, you probably wouldn't have known I was doing a Q&A. So if you're not following me on one of those, make sure you go and follow them. I do post all my channel updates there as well. So make sure you go and follow me there. But let's get into the questions. Okay then, so from the Instagram questions, we got the first one. Let's have a look here. So, what formation is good on Ultimate Team this year? That's a very good question, actually. What do I come up against? Well, 4-2-3-1 is something I do come up against quite a bit. But myself, I actually switch between the two formations at the moment. So as people know, I do like to play with a defensive midfielder. I think playing with a defensive midfielder is very, very beneficial. So I do either play a 4-3-3 second variation with a CDM, or I'll play with the 4-2-2-2. If it's not work, I'll always start off with the 4-3-3. If the 4-3-3 isn't working, I'll then drop over to the 4-2-2-2. Whether or not that's the best formation in the game, I don't know, but that's what I like using personally with the players that I have. Okay, next question is, other than Manchester United or Wickham, what other team would you support? And for this, you should know, it's actually Brighton. I don't know why I developed a sort of love for Brighton, but I just like Brighton Hove. I like Brighton the place. I thought, why not like the football team as well? And, you know, I was very tempted to do a Brighton career mode this year. But we're on the Wickham career mode at the moment. And, of course, that's going very, very well. If you don't watch the live streams or you're not watching the videos, then there will be a playlist somewhere in this video for that. Make sure you do drop in. If you're going to watch it on the repeats are quite long. Because, of course, I haven't chopped them up or edited them or anything. The series is officially a live series, which you can watch on catch up as well. Kind of like live TV, really, isn't it? Next question is, what are your opinions on girls who try to get attention but fail? Well, you see, social media doesn't really help with that, does it? You know, with Instagram, and you have a lot of these girls on there that'll post on there, and they'll have their arse hanging out or their boobs hanging out, and you know, whether or not that's to make them feel good is questionable. A lot of people do use that for you know, getting attention and trying to get the likes and trying to get the comments. And they'll sit there and they'll moan. They'll go, oh, I post all these pictures on my Instagram and I get all these guys commenting. Well, don't post revealing pictures of yourself on the internet. You know, the internet is full of guys who like to sit there and glare over Instagram accounts of half-naked women on, and you're helping to that. So, you know, if you don't like, you're not getting the attention you want, then just stop doing it. But again, it's up to them, you know. People, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to have a go at people saying they want attention. A lot of people sit there and say, I want attention by doing this. And again, they're entitled to their opinion, but what can you say? Okay, next question is, if Ollie was to get sacked, who do you think would replace him? Well, I think we all know that. I think it'd probably be Mauricio Pochettino. He's been rumoured to already been linked to the job. He was rumoured a month ago that he already had the job, and it was just a matter of time until Ollie was out the door. I don't think that's the case, by the way. I think Ollie's job is still secure at the moment. For how long more? I don't know. You know, he's had an okay start to the season. He's beaten PSG. My camera's always losing focus. I don't know why. He's beaten PSG. But apart from that, he hasn't really done much, has he? We're winless in our last 6 home games in the league. Kept a clean sheet yesterday, but was it a good performance? Not really, no. So, you know, I think it would be Pochettino, but I hope that the the fans and the board give Ollie some time, because we've all seen what he can do with the club. He hasn't been given the players he wanted. I don't believe he wanted any of those players that the board brought in for him in the summer transfer window. You know, he wanted a centre-back, a winger, and a striker. And he got a striker in Cavani, who isn't fit to play yet. He didn't get the winger, and he didn't get a centre-back. So it's tricky for Ollie, but hopefully he can stick at it and make it come good. Alright, next question is Nintendo or Sega? I've never really dabbled. I'm too young to play anything Sega. You know, I was born in 99, so by that time Sega was kind of dying. So I've always been a Nintendo fan. Next question says, if you were a wrestler, what would your finisher be called? Ooh, that's a really good question. I mean, I don't really think I've got the physique to be a wrestler, but ooh, I think maybe I'd call it after my initials. I think it'd probably be a, I don't know, maybe a choke slam of some sort. And maybe I'd just call it after my initials. Or maybe I'd just call it the DG. That'd be pretty good, wasn't it? Hits him with the DG, 1, 2, 3, you're gone, son. Next question, who's your favourite Super Mario character? Oh, a very good question. Who is my favourite Super Mario character? I've always liked Toad. But I remember playing through the games, if it was Mario and Sonic or anything, the character I'd always be would be Waluigi, the purple guy. So I think I'd have to say Waluigi. Next question rather. Would you rather a girl with a shit personality but has good looks, or a girl that has a good personality but shit look? I mean, let's be honest. If you answer this question with poor, if you answer this question by, I'd quite happily be date the prettiest girl on earth, right, hottest girl on earth, but we sit there, we don't talk, we don't do anything, we have nothing in common, we're two completely different people, then you're very shallow-minded, aren't you? You know, how can you love someone when there's nothing there to love? You love the way they look, you don't love them as a person. To love someone as a person, yes, I mean, looks always come into some sort of play, because there has to be some sort of physical attraction, but the person who they are will make you more attracted to that person. So say if you've got the hottest girl on earth who maybe you have one thing in common with, or someone who's still pretty good, maybe if the hottest girl's up there, the lowest is here, and you're with someone like here, but that person has the personality, suddenly the girl with the good looks is like, and then suddenly the one with the good personality maybe doesn't look so great, but it's still very nice and you're still attracted to them, instantly overtakes them. So for me, I mean, I would hope a lot of people would agree, but personality always has to come before looks, because you need to be able to get on with a person that you're attracted to. There's no point being attracted to someone and not getting on with them. You know, it's just not going to work, is it? Next question is, what political party do you support? Well, to be honest with you, I don't really support a political party. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what I voted in the election, because that's just going to cause a whole lot of, aggro in the comments or whatever, or hate thrown at me. Oh, you voted for such and such. Oh, you voted for such and such. I'm not going to advise that. But I don't really get into, I don't really follow politics. I don't have time to follow politics. I wouldn't even be able to tell you who the Labour leader is, or the Liberal Democrat leader is, or the UK Independence Party leader, or the Green Party leader. Obviously, I know the Conservative Party leader is Boris Johnson because he's the Prime Minister, but I don't follow politics. I can't really sit there certainly and say, I'm going to vote for this person. Whenever there's an election, I'll be honest with you, I go online, take a quiz, and the quiz comes out who I should vote with. I go to the polling station, and that's who I vote for. I don't have time to sit there reading about politics. I've got much more important things in my life to be doing, so I don't really pay much of an interest in it, to be honest. Next question then, live in the UK or the USA? I mean, that's a bit of a thick question, isn't it? Why would you want to choose the USA over the UK? Just look at the shit that happens in the USA. You might think living here is bad. Yes, in the USA you can have a lovely big house for very cheap money, but if you're not a very well person, you're going to need a lot of life insurance, or you're going to be paying a lot of medical bills. Living in the UK, trust me with this, living in the UK really isn't as bad as we all think it is. There's a lot of other big countries out there who we see people living the great life, but life out there really isn't as good as they make it out to be on the TV. Living in America is poop compared to living in the UK, trust me. Next question, what's your favourite colour? Well, I'm going to have to, I mean, as you can see my bedroom, the bedroom is blue, so I would say blue, yeah, I would say blue's probably my favourite colour, probably closely matched by orange. Hence those are the two colours I chose to brand the channel around, but yeah, blue I would say is the favourite colour. Next question is, what's your favourite Manchester United home shirt? Ooh, that's a very, very good question. I would probably have to go when it was sponsored by Vodafone in the middle of the 2000s. I quite like that shirt. I think it was 04 to 06. That shirt right there. I own that shirt, and that's a shirt that I do like. I don't wear that shirt anymore because it's too small, but I've still kept it. And all the lettering and stuff was coming off it, so I've tried to preserve it as much as I can. Although you can buy retro shirts, but you know, I haven't been following Manchester United for that long. Only in the last 10 years, and I've only really started watching them properly in the last 4 or 5. So, you know, I wasn't watching football when I was 10 years old. So, but from looking back on like prior clips and stuff, the mid 2000s kit was very, very nice. The next question is, what's your favourite Manchester United away shirt? The black one's always been nice. The black one's been nice. I can't really... I haven't been a huge fan of the ones we've had recently. There was the pink one. Didn't really like that. The one this season is black, I believe. That's alright. I like the black away shirt, actually. The black away shirt is quite nice. I like that one. Next question is, if you could take one player besides Virgil van Dijk, Salah and Mane from Liverpool to go to Manchester United, I'm going to guess at the end of that it means who would you take? Oh, good question. I would probably take... it's a toss-up between Fabinho or Robertson. I'd probably go Fabinho. I wouldn't take Gomez, and we can't have Virgil van Dijk, so I would probably take Fabinho. I think he's a very good holding midfielder, and he can cover centre-back as well. Okay, so on to the next questions then. All those first batch of questions came from Instagram. These now coming from Snapchat, and you can ask questions through Snapchat anonymously. So we're going to jump into these then. First one is, how did you get into F1? That's a very, very good question, actually. It's kind of been running in the family. You know, my dad's always been a big F1 fan, not too much anymore. But I remember the first season I really remember watching was probably 2007. The year where Lewis Hamilton came into the sport. That's probably from when I started watching it. And I've really been avidly watching it since. There was a time where I couldn't watch it all the time. So, yeah, from 2007, I'd say I probably started watching it. Probably all the way through to about 2012. Then I think we didn't have Sky Sports anymore. Actually, no, probably... Did I watch 2013? I must have watched the 13 season. But then, from then, about 14, 15, 16, 17, 18... I tried to watch some of the races. I couldn't watch all of them because... Well, no, I used to watch them illegally on sites and stuff. But now I pay for Sky Sports now. So, yeah. Since I started working in 2019... No, it wasn't 2019. It was 2018. What was it? Yeah, it was 2018. Yeah, it was. So I got Sky Sports back then. So then I could watch the season again. So yeah, I've been watching it for 14 seasons, and I hope there's a lot more seasons to come. Okay, next question is, it says, is there a lady on the scene, but someone can't spell scene. Someone spelt it S-C-E-A-N, when it should be S-C-E-N-E. But is there a lady on the scene? All I'll say right now, I mean, I don't discuss too many personal things on this channel. All I'll answer to that is yes. That's all you're going to get. You're not going to get anything else. You're just going to get one word answer. There is. Okay, now the next one wasn't really a question, but it was submitted, so I will read it out. It says, honestly, your channel has helped me change my day around from bad to good so many times. I thoroughly enjoy your content, and I hope the haters do one, because they're clearly just jealous. And I thought that comment was really, really nice, actually. You know, we do get a lot of hate here on the channel, as you know, if you join into the streams or anything. We do get a lot of hate. I'm not afraid to, you know, take the hate. I'm not going to sit there and cower away from it. I'll tell them to keep coming at it, because it's, again, it's nothing that I haven't heard before. Some of them are really original and do actually make me laugh. But you know what? It's up to them if they want to hate. Haters going to hate. I laugh because they skate. Someone asked, why do you look like a hot air balloon? I mean, I don't know if you've seen a hot air balloon before, but it's kind of a basket with a couple of strings attached to a massive balloon with a flame coming out. The last time I looked to myself, I mean, I don't know if I can see anything around here, but I haven't got a basket, I haven't got any strings, and I'm not a balloon. So maybe you need to go and get an eye test or something. I don't know. Next question. Well, next thing said, it said, nice double chin. Yeah, his name's actually Larry. He's been here for a few years. You know what? He's perfectly happy where he is. And if you don't like looking at him, then me and Larry sort of come as a double act. So you don't like him, you can piss off and stop looking at me as well. Next question was, how do you find the motivation to keep going with YouTube? Again, another good question. And it's sort of the same with how do you find motivation to keep going with any hobby. You enjoy doing it. You know, I never started this as a, you know, back in 2017. I never sat there and said, you know what, I'm going to leave school and I'm going to become a YouTuber, because that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't start this to start it as a career. I did this because it's a fun thing to do. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the live streaming side of things. I enjoy recording videos. I enjoy playing games. And I just thought, you know what? Why not throw them all together? And it's actually, you know, the amount of progress I made from back when I started in 2017 up until now. You'll see the confidence on the channel, the video quality on the channel, the editing. You know, it's come a long way. And, you know, will I still be doing this in 2 or 3 years' time? Well, will I still be on YouTube? Probably, yes. Will I be making videos or just live streaming? Would I have gone to another platform? I don't know. You know, Twitch has always been something I've always thought about. You know, but while I still have the time and the availability to make videos, I will continue to keep the content primarily on YouTube. But if I ever came to a stage where I said, you know what, I'm done with the video side of things, or I'm just not going to have the time to do it, then of course I probably would transition over to Twitch, where it is more just streaming and maybe just post the stream highlights onto the channel. I don't know, but yeah, you know, you can keep motivated to doing things when it's something you want to work towards. It's a little project, I guess you could call it a little project, and this is my little project, and whether or not we finish that project in the end is, you know, it's something that you don't know. It's in the future, but of course if it did come big, then of course I'd love that, because I feel personally I could bring a lot to the channel. I would dedicate a lot of time to the channel. But if it doesn't, then, you know, I'm in a stable career. I make a reasonably good living for a 21-year-old male. You know, I would hope to think that I've got a bright future ahead of me. So, you know, I'm not reliant on this coming off. You know, I don't sit there and think, you know, if this doesn't come off, I'm fucked. You know, because should have a successful career ahead of me somewhere. So, you know, that's just part of life. You know, you keep motivated to do something, you got to keep at it. If you don't have the motivation to do something, then don't bother starting it at all, because if you're just going to start something to give up halfway, what's been the point? There's been none. If you're going to start something, you got to keep going at it. Okay, so the next question is biggest life aspirations. Well, again, career aspirations, I'd like to have a stable job. In what sector yet, I don't know. You know, the job I'm doing at the moment leaves several doors open. So where I move on from that one, again, that's not something I've really thought about as of yet. I'm quite happy where I am at the moment. It allows me time to come home and work on content for you guys, you know. So I'm quite happy what I am at the moment. Of course, aspirations for me, I would like to you know, have my own family, have my own house, have a car. You know, learning to drive is something I've probably got set on for next year. I need to get a new pair of these first because these are well overdue. But they're very expensive to replace. You know, that's probably a target for next year. Probably around February, March time. I mean, it depends. You know, it's very difficult, you know, learning to drive at the moment because of the virus. And in theory, I don't have to drive at the moment, but it is kind of waking me up to, you know, it probably would be good to do so. But family is a big aspiration of mine. You know, I'd like to have a family of my own. Good career, nice house, just the easy life, really. Okay, next question was, will you pay to advertise a video to see results? What do you mean by that? So, you're asking me, would I pay someone to advertise my video to see how well it does? That's not something I'd ever do. That's fraud. You know, that's paying someone to watch random generated people to sit there and get views on my videos that aren't actual real people. That's not something that would interest me in the slightest. Next question says favourite player and why. I mean, if you mean football player at the moment, I'd probably have to go with Bruno Fernandes. Bias Manchester United bias, yes. But if you actually sit there and watch him play, he's a very, very good player. He plays for Manchester United, which is a plus. And he's just a general very, very good midfielder. Probably the second best attacking midfielder in the Premiership behind Kevin De Bruyne. Next question is, are you going to be doing a Christmas vlog? I mean, I've never done a Christmas vlog before. Again, I don't really plan to do a Christmas vlog either. Again, that's family time between myself and my family. I keep my personal life away from the content. That's not really something that needs to be on the channel at the moment. And, you know, Christmas Day here is pretty bog standard anyway, so there isn't much point in vlogging it because there'd be nothing to see. Next question is, if you could bring one Wickham player to Man United, who would it be? Ooh, I'd probably have to go for Joe Jacobson maybe to play left back. No, Stewart. I'd definitely consider bringing Anthony Stewart across to Manchester United. Who else they got? Dominic Gape as a holding midfielder? Nah. Cashgay would be alright. Onyedin would be okay. Probably go one of those three. Stewart, Cashgay or Fred. Next question was, next question is, what happened to Subscriber Sunday? Kind of just run out of ideas for it, really. You know, I stopped all the loot box subscriptions because they were just cluttering up my bedroom with shit. As you can see, there's shit all over the bedroom at the moment, which needs to be tidied. That's on next weekend's list because I had to work yesterday, so didn't really have the time to do it today. But yeah, I just stopped having the motivation for it and just didn't want to carry it on just for it to become stale, so I just ended it where it was. Oh, this is again fairly... Well, no, they've got a new one here. So, someone asked, when are you planning to move into your own house? I mean, moving into your own house is pretty aspirational. I mean, you'd probably be looking at moving into your own flat first. But again, it's very, very expensive to move out where I live. And I'm not one of these who likes to live payday to payday. You know, I don't want to be left of the month for 50 quid. And all I have left saved is 50 quid, you know. I'm not on a massive wage. You know, I like to be able to live comfortably with savings behind me like I do at the moment. And, you know, there's no reason for me to move out at the moment. You know, home life isn't that bad. So, yeah, I don't really plan to move out. The only time I probably plan to move out is if it was with someone. And again, that day doesn't look like it's too close to being around the corner. So I expect to be here for a while yet. Next question says, who do you despise the most? I'm not really sure I despise anyone. You know, I'm not really that type of person, really. And then the next and final question is, well, it's a very generic question that was asked a while ago, but I saved it for a Q&A. It was general relationship advice, and I'll do a quick segment on it for you. So, my general relationship advice, I mean, you know, be yourself. Don't be someone you're not. Of course, relationships at the moment, you know, social media plays a big part in any relationship. So be yourself, because if you're not yourself when you're talking to someone on social media, even if you meet someone in real life, you're going to speak to them over the phone, you're going to speak to them by text, and you can put someone off big time by texting, you know, in a certain way. So be yourself. Honesty is the best policy. I always stick by that. Be an honest and truthful person. There's no point lying about how you feel about someone to save their feelings. If you're not feeling that connection or you're not feeling that vibe, kind of back off. If they're still, you know, going after you, then you're just going to kind of have to tell them and say, look, I'm not really interested, before it's too late. What else we got? I mean, people have always said about, oh, what do you think about long distance? Long distance relationships can work. You know, I've seen it firsthand. They can work. But it's a bigger commitment to make, to say dating someone who lives 20 minutes down the road, you know. You've got to, there's a lot more determination to put into it, a lot more work to put into it, because you live so far away. You know, you're not going to be 20 minutes down the road to go and see them after work. It might be that you have to share the trips. You might only see them once a week. You might only see them a couple of times a month to start off with, you know. It's very difficult. Well, it's not difficult. It can be difficult to maintain a long distance relationship, but if you have met the right person, then of course it's going to be easier. You do have to live up to the reality of one of you is probably going to have to move closer to the other, because you can't be long distance forever. So one of you, if not both, will have to move. This lighting is really, really bad. But one of you... Oh, that's a bit bad. The sun is beaming in here. It's beaming in. One of you is going to have to move out. Or move away from home, if not both of you, if you want to sort of meet in the middle. So again, that's something else you got to think about. If you're sat there thinking you're talking to this person and they're showing no intentions of ever moving from where they are, and you're showing you've got no intentions of moving where you're from, then again, it's kind of not going to work. You know, there's only so long you can be that long distance before you have to start thinking about moving things on. But being yourself, you know, are you ready for a relationship? A relationship is a big commitment. It's a big responsibility. You know, or do you just want sex? You know, are you trying to get with a guy or girl just because you want regular sex, or are you getting in a relationship because you want something more long term? If you're just looking for a fling where you're just having sex, then again, just make sure that's known before you start talking to someone. You know, just get it out there. Be honest with someone. You know, don't lead someone on. Leading people on is very bad. Of course, seeing multiple people, big no-no. Don't do that. That's very, very bad as well. But yeah, just being yourself. You've got to know what you want. Be confident within yourself. One-word replies, big killer, one-word replies. Oh, no. You don't want one-word replies in there. They're even worse. Anyone one-word answers me, even in the past, I will happily, whether that be a girl I like, whether that be a future girlfriend, down in the future my wife, whatever, or just someone who I'm talking to, a friend, if they leave me more than one-word answer, I will leave you on red, and I will not talk to you again until the next day. Because you can't have a conversation with someone who just leaves one-word answers. That's all I'll say. But yeah, that's my general advice, and that is where the Q&A is going to come to an end. A good amount of questions being asked. Again, if you do want to get involved in the next Q&A, then make sure you follow me on Instagram or Snapchat. Links to those will be in the description down below. We should be live with some career mode later on today as well. I played a lot of champs last night, so I don't have too much to play tonight. So I can be live with that. I think I'll probably be live about 8:30, but I probably won't go too much longer than about an hour. Well, I'll go over an hour, definitely to an hour and a half. Whether or not I'll go to the near 2 hour mark, I don't know just yet. But yeah, that's it for today. So leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and see you all in the next one. Goodbye.